Hi, hello, hey, how are you doing? I hope you are doing just swell today. As you can see in front of you, I have my sketchbooks. For the longest time, I have wanted to do a sketchbook tour, and here I am, doing it now instead of my pre-calculus homework. So hopefully we'll have a fun time looking through past memories together. These are my latest 3 sketchbooks. This one's my most recent one. This one I finished last year, and this one I believe I finished January of last year. So let's go through this together, and hopefully we will not cringe at our mistakes. So I'm going to start with my first one. This one was 2018. So I was 15 when I started this bad boy. So here we have my little beginning sketchbooks. I always have a hard time when it comes to starting on the first page of sketchbooks. So as you can see, I tried to draw a little Septiceye Sam there, and I did some of my colors. I drew something there that I didn't like, so I covered it up. And yeah, I was a big Jacksepticeye fan when I was little. I watch his stuff sometimes now, but not as often as I did before. And this was from Dear Evan Hansen. Here we have a little watercolor test. I drew a little thing and I colored it. I didn't date it, which is weird because I usually date my things. Let's see. Oh, these are my friends. That's more my friend Pedro. I really like this like inking thing. Like I had a thing for that. I really like the shadows that it had. And just the way that it kind of looked like it popped out from a comic book. And I guess I'm kind of like reverting back to that, if you will, with my style, because I really love it. So yeah, those are my friends. I love them. This one is one of my OCs. Her name is Marv, and she has a cat named Lettuce, and it flies because it is a half demon cat. I don't know. I am a huge fan of like magical, fantastical creatures and stuff like that. So when I was making Lettuce, I had no idea like what Lettuce was gonna be. So I ultimately made him like a cat because I was like, Marv is a witch, and witches usually have cats. And then I gave him wings, and then I gave him a devil tail for some reason. I'm not sure, but the funny thing about it is that this down here, this kind of like explains my process. Like the wings that I gave him look like lettuce leaves, so I called him Lettuce. So that's how Marv and Lettuce were born. I don't really draw them as much often anymore, but these are my favorite OCs so far. This is my first comic with Marv and Lettuce, and it's pretty cute. Like looking back at it, I guess it works, but I don't know. These are my first doodles of 2019. Oh boy, howdy. Yeah, so Game Grumps, I have an affinity for drawing them now, and I believe this is when it started. So last year was when it all started. Oh, this was another character that I added into the Marv and Lettuce universe, if you will. This is Senor Archie. He was modeled after my Spanish teacher my sophomore year. He was great. He's cool. He's just an old wizard man, and he makes pretty bomb enchiladas. So that was a story that I gave him. Also, he calls lettuce lechuga because that's lettuce in Spanish. So I thought it was really cute. Here's another Marv and Lettuce comic. Another one of my favorites. This was pretty long. So, and I never posted it or anything. But this kind of like showed how Marv was like, she didn't really understand the human world, I guess. I'm not sure. I still don't know her backstory to this day. But she doesn't know what poblano peppers are. She thinks that it's a code word for something. So this is just their whole adventure in a supermarket where Marv ends up brainwashing a child. That's fun. And yeah, that's kind of the end of that one. That does it for my 2018-2019 sketchbook. So this one is my second to most recent one. This one is also a Canson, but it is smaller in comparison to this one. So yeah. This is the first page. This was a little circuit board stencil that I found at Michael's that I just impulsively bought because it was on clearance for $3. So I bought it. And I don't know if I'll ever use it again, but that's quite all right. Okay. Personally, this is one of my favorite sketchbooks that I have so far. One of them. But yeah, I started this off with a Scott Pilgrim doodle because I love that. I love that movie so much, and very excited for the game that's coming out later this holiday season, I believe, on the Switch. Very excited. This one was my favorite, mostly because it was just like all black, and it had like a real comic feel to it, and I really liked the sketchiness at the edges of it. Oh, this one, I love this one. This was, I believe, the first one that the Game Grumps ever liked, and it kind of like propelled me into the motion of, doing more like doodles, more Game Grump doodles, and honestly, I really liked how I drew them in this one. This was the model that I used for my animation. My animation, because I took animation my sophomore year, my second semester of sophomore year, and this was one of the models that I used, or like the design of Aaron. Some of these, I don't know, I really like how I drew him here, and as you can see from some of my more recent ones, that has evolved to him having like little like sharper points, kind of like Dan's, instead of like big old puffs down there. These ones are my favorite. This is the book that I used for a lot of my portrait practices. These are some of my friends, and that's my sister, and those are my cousins. I had a blast drawing these guys. It was a lot of fun. More portrait practices, eating for most of them. Oh, this one is from, I believe, Bastille's Doom Days, and this was one of the screen caps from the music video, and I just thought it was gorgeous. And at this time, I recently bought like a fountain pen, or not like a fountain pen, but like a brush pen. It's this guy right here. I don't remember what it is, but it's a pretty neato brush pen. It's broken now because it just leaks all the time, every single time I use it. But I use it on this piece, and it took 2 days for it to dry because I didn't want it to like stick on this side. So this was one of my favorite ones. I really like how this one turned out. Oh, this is one of my, oh my goodness. So this was the first conceptualized version of one of my OCs that I was going to make a comic series for. Her name is Vi, or Violet Emerson, and she was literally made from this idealized version of me when I was 16, and I wanted to fight monsters and stuff like that because I was watching a lot of the Adventure Zone, and oh my goodness. And yeah, so that's where this idea came from, and this is one of the running ideas that I wanted to go with if I ever made like an animated series or anything. Like, I still don't know if I'm ever going to make like an actual comic series of it, but I really wanted to, and this was a character that I was super devoted to for like the longest time, and I tried to build a world around that. So this was the first comic that I made with Vi, and I introduced the sword, whose name is Leo, and Kaz, who is her little elf friend, and I will get to in a hot sec. Oh, here we go. So yeah, maybe this, yeah, there we go. This is Kaz. He is an elf, and he looks, I made him before I found out about the movie Onward, and I realized how much he looked like Tom Holland's character, mostly because he was blue. In like my colored versions of him, he's blue, he's pointy ears, he's an elf, and he has puffy hair. And that was like, oh my god, I can't believe I just made Ian from Onward. But yeah, basically the story that I came up with it is that Violet is kind of just like, she's thrown into this universe where like, oh my god, elves exist. I don't know. So I titled it Vi and Kaz, a series of misplaced adventures, and that was it. That was gonna be my series. I was gonna start it, and then I just never did because I am not a person of my word. So at least I get to share these lovely drawings with you. Also, I had a running gag that Kaz would always be like turned into a bucket of slime or something. Also, he does magic. Yeah, the more that I think about it, it's more like I just made Ian Lightfoot from Onward. Anyway, hello, it's editing sorry. I did not share that I made newer rebooted versions of Vi and Kaz. This is Vi now. She just has regular short hair. I took out her little sideburn strands because that looked a little weird. And I changed Kaz's outfit so he's not wearing a jumpsuit anymore. He's wearing like a more traditional medieval type thingy. So yeah, I really like how they look now. They look like legit characters in my opinion. So maybe something to look forward to. Maybe I might make a series. And yeah, I made some outfits for Vi. This one's my favorite, and so is this one. Mostly because they're just formal outfits and I like them. Anyway, here's like a description of them. This was my first comic that I made of them. Okay, I was in the middle of doing this and I kind of just like fell out of sorts with it. Like I don't know why, but I could not for the life of me finish this at all. So I have versions of it. Like I have a colored like clean version of it, but I just never posted it because I separated it into 2 pages. So here they are right now. Right there. And yeah, I never posted it. I never got around to like actually finishing it. So here we are. Oh, another one. Oh my god, this is Barley. Oh my god, I just made the brothers from Onward. Who'da thunk? Wow. So this guy's name is Lars. He's Kaz's cousin. Oh my goodness. I just created Tom Holland and Chris Pratt. Wow, amazing. I don't know, maybe I might, you know, do this one as like a real comic or like animatic at the most. But yeah, for now, they're just ideas. Oh, here's a character. So I was super into TTRPGs during this time period, and I wanted my friends to like join me for an epic like quest or whatever, playing Monster of the Week. It's this really good TTRPG, and I GM'd the whole thing. But this was a character that I made. Her name is Avis Annenbrigg, and she has this cool crystal thingy, and she does really cool dark magic, and yeah, that's her. Whoa, hey there friends, it's me again, editing sorry. Hi, hello. This video ended up taking a lot longer than I expected it to be, so I'm actually gonna split it up into 2 parts. Hopefully part 2 will be coming out soon, and hopefully I'll be able to edit it fast enough. So yeah, thank you for sticking around till the very end. It seriously means the world to me. And yeah, I will see you in part 2 of the sketchbook tour. Take care.